You know what? Good evening, and thank you for joining us this week. I'm your host, Miss Quinn, and we are on the Q-Tip, where we're always keeping you in the know. Today, my guest is Miss Jasmine Townsend. Jasmine is the owner of Be Exquisite Events. What we're going to do is have Jasmine to tell us a little bit about herself. But before we do that, I want to ask you, Jasmine, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. How about
Fantastic,
yourself?
fantastic. I can't complain. A little bit sleepy. This rain out here, it got me wanting to go lay down somewhere.
Okay.
Did you have any trouble finding us?
Actually, slightly, but about time I got on, because I've never been this way in College Park.
Okay.
But about time I got a little bit down the street, I saw you guys. I'm like, okay, I think that's the building.
Well,
Okay.
thank God you made it.
Right.
All right, all right. So, Jasmine, what I want you to do is tell us a little bit about you first, and then we're going to get into the company, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right. So I'm originally from Racine, Wisconsin. Which is about 15 minutes away from Milwaukee, which I'm pretty sure people have heard of Milwaukee Bucks. I originally moved here back in 2013. And upon moving here, I was a stay-at-home mother and a stay-at-home wife. And then I decided to get into the property management industry. Was in that industry for about a good 2 years and did quite well. And as of last year, I got my college degree in business management. So, upon getting that degree, it's what has helped me and inspired me to start my own business.
All right. Fantastic, fantastic.
Yes,
So, you said you were a stay-at-home mom and a stay-at-home wife.
that's right.
You got tired of staying at home?
I surely did. I thought I was going crazy.
I know
I'm
that's
like,
right.
Look now, I gotta
So,
do
you
something.
said you were in property management.
Correct.
So, you went from property management to event planning.
That's right.
How did you make that leap?
Well, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Um, Upon a child, always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and just never really knew exactly what channel to take upon being an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Um, and then seeing once I started in the property management industry, I was able to do some events for the residents. And just doing the events for the residents and getting to the point of managing the property by myself allowed me to see, hey, well, I have an eye for design and I do management pretty well, which consists of the event planning side,
Okay.
event management and event design. Now, some event planners choose just to do the management side, and some choose to just do the event side, or both. But with Be Exquisite, I've chose to do both.
Okay, okay. And that name, Be Exquisite Events, I like that.
Thank you.
How did you come up with that name?
Well, sitting at home, praying.
Okay.
And I said, I want something that's going to not only stick out, but something that's going to be true to the name. And so I thought to myself, when I do an event for someone, how do I want them to remember the event? And the name Exquisite came up. I want them to remember the event and say, this was an exquisite event. And I said, well, what is it for me to be to the client? It's for me to be exquisite. So we're going to have a Be Exquisite event company.
Okay.
And that's how it was birthed.
Fantastic. I love that name, Be Exquisite
Thank
Events.
you.
Now, when I was typing it in to go on your website, I was like, okay, how do you spell exquisite?
We always get that issue always.
But I finally got it. I finally got it. So how long has the company been in business?
Since January of last year, so January of 2017.
Okay, so you've just celebrated a year anniversary.
Correct.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. So the husband and the child, are they working with you in the business, or
Most
do they help?
Definitely. They
Okay.
have to. They have to.
Because
This
it's a
is not
family
just-
affair.
It's a family affair.
All right.
And we're all in it to win.
Okay.
That's right.
fantastic. Fantastic. So event planning. There are a lot, and I mean a lot, especially here in the ATL, of event planners, people that do your type of work. What, in your professional opinion, are some skills that you think a great event planner should possess?
Number one would be customer service. From what I've experienced, I've shopped a lot of event planners. And what I mean by the term shop is I've called and communicated with a lot of event planners under the impression that I was looking for their services
Okay.
just to see how they go about their customer service skills and their whole approach.
Very smart.
Um, and upon me calling these event planners, not all, because there are some great event planners out there and the great event management companies, but a lot of them did not have good customer service skills.
Mm.
And I'm like, well, have we spoke before? You know, just their whole approach was like, well, I can't give you this, and well, what do you need? And it was just really rough, very aggressive. And upon me being in property management, we took it upon ourselves to make sure that the customer was satisfied.
Okay.
We had people that came in from corporate that we had never met before that came in to test our skills, and we were not aware.
Okay.
And we were later told by our district manager or area manager,
Secret shoppers.
that's right, what the results were. So, and that was a big, big standard of ours.
Okay.
And I love shopping in stores that have great customer service. If you don't have
Absolutely.
great customer service, I'm not going to shop with you.
Won't spend my money. That's
I won't.
right.
So I feel within this profession it's very important to have great customer service because with doing events, you're working with the clients, you're working with the customers. And also to have great organizational skills upon doing your timelines, upon setting up for your consultations. Even if you do event designing, you need to have great organization skills. Also, time management. Time management is a very, very vital point of having an event planning business. If you're just 5 minutes off, you can mess up the whole event. So I think that's also vital. And then just knowing how to be personable, knowing that every customer or every client is going to be different. Knowing that this client you could potentially hug and say thank you for your services.
Absolutely.
And the next one you may have to just give a handshake to. But just knowing how to be personal, knowing how to be yourself, and knowing how to interact with different clients.
Absolutely. All of those are great. Customer service, definitely a priority, especially when people are spending their money with you
Right.
because they have options.
Right.
And as a business, you're wanting to, attract future clients. And customer service is that's what's going to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have the most expensive item, but if your customer service is good, they're going to pay for it.
That's right.
Okay. So, what types of services do you offer at Be Exquisite? What are some things that you do? What types of events do you plan?
So at this time, we're planning social events, which would include things such as weddings, birthdays, baby showers, anniversaries, family reunions, and then also the corporate side, which would be for product launches, corporate meetings, employee appreciation events, things in that nature.
Okay.
In the near future, we're looking to do things on a bigger scale,
Of
such
course.
as festivals, concerts.
You will.
So that's all in the makings as well.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. Well, I'm definitely going to try and connect you with some people.
Okay.
Okay.
I would appreciate it.
So now your services, are they just for local clients or do you do clients outside of the state? Or
We most definitely will take on a client outside of the state.
Okay.
And we'll also travel as well.
Okay.
So we try our best to meet the client's needs.
Fantastic. 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 So when you say you want to meet your clients' needs, how do you attract your clients? Where do you get your clients from?
So at this time, we are on social channels such as Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
And I also do a lot of word of mouth and referrals. And I also do the old school going to businesses,
Right.
handing out business cards, being personable. Because what I've realized, seeing that Atlanta is saturated with event planners, it's easy for you to either look on social media or to even look on Pinterest to say, hey,
Right.
I can either do this on my own or I can go with someone that I've seen across multiple channels, social media
Exactly.
channels. So I figured it would be best for our company, seeing that we've only been in business for a year, to get out and meet people.
That's right.
Get out and meet people, make our face known, because sometimes it could just be that customer service, be that slight relationship that I have established with you just within this one communication that can lead to one to say, I will trust you to do mine event.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, I noticed on your website that you offer consultations.
Correct.
Are those consultations free or is there some type of charge for them?
Upon our first consultation, it is free.
Okay.
Because I want the client to feel comfortable enough to say, do I want to use Be Exquisite or not? And I also want to get a feel for the client as well. But after the first consultation, there is a fee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now with event planning, I know you're making things pretty and
Yeah.
nice and perfect for everybody, but I know everything is not perfect. So tell us about a time that you've had to deal with a difficult client and how did you handle that experience?
Well, in all honesty, I can't so much say that I've dealt with a difficult client.
Okay.
But what I can say is I've dealt with a client that was very stern and very set in what they wanted.
Okay.
And I just took it upon myself to say whether this person is very intense about what they want, if they're very aggressive about, trying to paint the picture in my head as far as what they want, I have to go with that. So in my mind, I try to detach emotion from the client
Okay.
as far as looking at it as a difficult or stressful time in order for me to maximize their experience.
Absolutely. I like that. I like how you said not a difficult client, but somebody that's stern and pretty much just want what they want.
Right.
I like that. I like that. Have you ever had to manage more than one event at the same time? And did you complete both of them successfully?
Well, at this time, our company has not had to manage two events at one time
Okay.
at this time. So we most definitely have the skills to do so.
Okay.
But it just hasn't come across our path yet to
Okay.
have to manage more than one.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So right now we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back with more with Miss Townsend and Be Exquisite Events. Stay tuned.
On the Q-Tip with Miss Quinn, where she'll be keeping you in the know. Tune in every Thursday at 5 p.m. Watch us on waen-tv.com or Facebook Live /Studio 21 Media. To be a guest on the show, a member of the live studio audience, promote your product or services, contact Quintasha at 404-454-9347. On the Q-Tip with Miss Quinn, where she'll be keeping you in the know. Tune in every Thursday at 5 p.m. Watch us on waen-tv.com or Facebook Live /Studio 21 Media. To be a guest on the show, a member of the live studio audience, promote your product or services, contact Quintasha at 404-454-9347.
All right, we're back, and thank you for staying tuned in. I'm still here with Jasmine Townsend with Be Exquisite Events. I love that name.
Thank
I like how
you.
that sounds. Okay, so you were telling us a little bit about some of the services that you provide, and that she does have an initial free consultation, okay? And that's the initial consultation is free. Because time is money, people. All right.
right.
So, when you've completed an event, how do you go about measuring the success of that event?
Okay, so how we go about measuring the success of the event, The term that we usually go with is ROI, which is a return on your investment.
Okay.
So we go off of how much money did we have to put into the event, how much time do we have to spend with curating the event, and then how much did we get paid from it. And sometimes not only do we go off of it from a monetary standpoint, we also go off of the satisfaction of the customer. And if it was an event that called for, such as a corporate event where it was more than one sponsor or more than one major corporation that was at the event, what did they get from it, such as how many people attended the event and how many people were able to purchase their product.
Okay.
And then we compare to what the sales were of, if we sell with tickets, how much we charge with the tickets, how much we receive from it, and like I said, how much did we put into it as well.
Okay. Okay. So there's several methods
Several
of measuring
factors.
the success of an event.
Yes.
Well, that's good. That's good. Has there ever been a time that you've been given a budget by a client, but in order to create the experience that the client wants, you went over budget a little bit? And how did that go over well with the client?
That has happened. In fact, it was my very first event that I had last year.
Okay.
And they actually took it pretty well because I try my best to be upfront with what the prices are going to be.
Okay.
We try to go with an A option, a B option, the
Great.
do's and the don'ts, the what ifs and the what nots. And if this is on your list of a must have, and you have to have this at your event in order for it to be considered a success for you or something that you desire, then you're going to have to pay for it.
Okay.
So, and upon me explaining it in that way for the client to truly understand that, she was open to it.
Okay, fantastic. So that was an open-minded client.
That's right.
Okay. Well, hopefully all of them will be like that.
We'll hope so.
So when you're planning events for your clients, do you already have relationships or rapport with vendors and venues or DJs, entertainers, and things like that you're able to offer options to your clients?
Of course.
Okay.
That's a major selling point for event planners.
Okay.
Is to have rapport with the vendors and the venues. That's how we're able to say we are experienced. That is our expertise.
Okay.
Because if you're someone that doesn't know who to contact for the best DJ, the best venue, or the best vendor, then you might as well not call yourself an event planner.
Right.
So it's very important to have those established relationships with your vendors and your venues, and to nurture their relationships, and to also use them on a consistent basis,
Right.
so they feel appreciated as well.
That's what I was going to say. Do you sort of switch up every now and then? Do you have maybe 4 or 5 caterers that you might use, or do you try to stick with the same one?
Well, I do
Or
have a
depending on the
couple in here.
events?
It depends on the event. It depends
Okay.
on what the client wants. It depends on the size, and it depends
Okay.
on what they offer.
Okay.
But within that realm, we try to use the same ones, the ones that we have an established rapport with.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So, how do you typically stay up to date with fresh and new information about the industry?
Okay. Well, there's a lot of event planning communities on social channels, Instagram,
Okay.
Facebook. I do a lot of research with the more established event planners and event planning companies. And I also read a lot of books on event planning and event management. So those pretty much keep me in line of what's the up-to-date things, and things
Okay.
such as Pinterest with new ideas and
Definitely.
new event designs and things like that. So,
Okay. All
yeah.
right. So my next question for you is, do you manage all of your social media or advertising and things like that yourself, or do you have a team of people that do that for you?
At the time, I orchestrate all of that on my own.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Good. So being responsible for making everything perfect for everybody, I know that can be kind of stressful.
At times.
So how do you deal with any stress that you may be feeling while planning an event for a client?
In all actuality, I pray. I pray.
I know
as
that's right.
cliche as that may sound to some people, I pray. I remember back last year in September, I had an event, and I could just feel the butterflies. I could just feel myself sweating, and I was just so nervous. And I'm like, oh God, help me, please. Like, I'm shaking. I'm trying to put these plates down, these glasses. I don't want to break them. I'm shaking. I need help. And I know sometimes people say that God doesn't work right when you want him to, but sometimes he will.
Yes, he will.
And in most cases, when I've had those experiences, he's worked it out for me.
He showed up and showed out.
He showed up and
That's
showed
what he
out.
does. That's what he does.
Won't he do it?
Yes. Okay, so can you describe your most successful event planning event for us?
Yes, my most successful would be, I always like to use the first event that I had last year.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because I just so happen to be outreaching, well, I should say outsourced marketing, handing out business cards.
Okay.
And in fact, I ran out of business cards, and I ran back to the car, and I'm like, let me just see if I have some more. And I went into this last this last establishment, and passed out some business cards, and the business owner was so rude to me. And she said, but I don't need your services, but that man over there and his wife, they do. And it was a nail shop.
Okay.
And I said, okay. So I went up to the man and his wife, and they said, the wife said, well, you know what? I've been praying to God, asking him to bless me with an event planner. I said, well, hey, I'm here.
Here I am.
And she said, I need help with an event. So I'm assuming that the event is going to be in a couple months. She said that event is in 2 weeks, and I need your help. So I was like, oh, Lord, I don't know if I'm prepared for that. And I was.
Yes, you were.
I was prepared. So we had over 200 guests,
Okay.
and it turned out just the way she envisioned.
Okay.
And in all honesty, I was shocked myself seeing that it was my first event that I could pull it off.
Okay.
So in
Now,
my
you knew you
eyes,
could do it.
yeah, so in my eyes, it was the most successful because at that time I was newly established. It was an event that was caught off guard, and I was able to pull it off.
Okay. Fantastic. First event. Are you
Yes.
still in contact with that first
I
client?
surely am. I surely
Have
I
they
go-
used you since then?
They have.
Okay,
They
I'm
have.
sure. So yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. That's great. That's great. So let me ask you this: how do you determine the cost of the services for your clients? How do you do that?
Well, I stay in line with the industry prices.
Okay.
And of course, align it with my experience, my time in the industry, along with others that's kind of in the same realm as myself. And then we also go off of timing, how long it's going to take for us to actually curate this event, and the things that we have to put into it on our end. Because there's certain things that we have to purchase or
Right.
put into the event for it to be pulled off.
Okay.
And it helps kind of, shall I say, going off of service and labor time to curate the actual pricing that we charge the clients.
Okay. Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So right now it's just you and the family running the business.
That's right.
So will you be expanding the business? Are you going to be trying to include any additional services anytime soon?
Yes, we are looking to. At this time, we were still just trying to get some things under our belt
Okay.
as far as just making sure that we are offering all the services needed at the expected standard.
Okay.
So I say within the next 6 months, we are looking to start hiring people.
Job opportunities.
That's right.
Job opportunities. You heard it first
Yes.
right here. So whenever you get those positions available, you're going to come back on the show
I surely
so that
will.
we can let people know so that they can start reaching out
I
to you.
surely
All right.
will.
All right. Fantastic. So my next question for you, and we've talked about there's so many different event planning companies out here. What makes Be Exquisite Events different? What makes you stand out among the rest?
I would say my customer service.
Okay.
From what I've heard from everyone that I've come in contact with is I love your personality. And
I agree.
I love your approach. And in all actuality, it's just me being me.
Right.
And upon my family, when I bring them along with me, they're the same. So I feel as if we carry great personalities, knowing without the customer there is no business, which means there's no revenue, that you won't have a business.
Right.
So I make sure that we stick strong to putting the customers first and treating them right.
Absolutely.
So, and just
Absolutely.
staying personable. I feel sometime in this life that people are starting to lose that quality of being personable, knowing to be humanistic. It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay,
Yes.
So, and that's just what we try to do. That's our standard.
Okay.
So,
So tell me, Jasmine, what did your husband say when you told him you were coming on the show today?
oh, he said, babe, so are you going on a talk show or a radio show? I said, no, babe, this is a talk show. He said, is it live? He said, it's not live, right? I said, no, it's live. He said, what, you're going on live TV? I said, yes, I'm going on live TV. He said, oh, go ahead, babe, knock it out. Knock it out. Do what you got to do.
That's
I was
what I'm
like,
talking
okay.
about. That's what I'm talking about. So you're going to have to bring him with you the next time.
Yes, most definitely.
So are there any events coming up for Be Exquisite events? Anything coming up that our viewers might be interested in or can take part in?
At this time, me and a close partner of mine, we have a perspective and portfolio coming up April 21st.
Okay.
And you can find the details on my Instagram, Be Exquisite Events. And this event will consist of, it's more so for the event planners and photographers and artists. And what it's going to do is give the event planners, photographers, or artists the opportunity to showcase their skills.
Right.
So if they want to do tablescapes, if they want to come in and take pictures of the tablescapes, it gives them an opportunity to not only do so, but we also are going to bless them with a portfolio with images.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, and it's going to be refreshments there, and it's also going to be professional speakers there as well to walk away with some knowledge.
So you said this is April 21st.
That's right.
And where will this event take place?
This is going to take place downtown Atlanta. In all honesty, I forgot the name of the actual venue space, but like I said, you can find it on my Instagram, Be Exquisite Events.
And what's the cost of admission, or is it free?
Right now it's at $375.
$375?
$375.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if any of our viewers at home are watching and they've liked everything that they've heard from you, how can they get in touch with you if they wanted to hire you to plan an event for them?
Well, you can most definitely contact me by email, which is info@beexquisiteevents.com.
Spell that for them.
And that is the letter. That is the letter B. The word exquisite, which is EXQUISITE. Did I spell that right? I'm so sorry.
You did.
Okay.
I'm going to write it down.
Events.com or on Instagram, Be Exquisite Events. Or you can also contact me by phone, which is 404-855-1002. And my company is also offering your viewers 10% off any services that they bring to us if they allow us to know that they saw us through the Q-Tip show.
You know what? Y'all at home, if y'all don't call this lady today and plan an event, I don't care if it's a surprise party for me. Call her. And you know, I have to say I appreciate that, because most of the guests that I've had on the show, they will offer discounts to my viewers if they mention that they saw them on the show. So I mean, that's just people helping people.
That's right.
I love that. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
I've already been talking to her about planning an event for me. We're going to talk a little bit more in detail about that, but that's going to be coming soon this year. So we're going to get together on that, and I want everybody watching to join us for that event. So that's all we have for Miss Townsend today. I want to thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
You've given us a lot of information.
Thank you.
A lot of information. You've answered a lot of questions that I would have asked you, but anyway, about my event.
Right.
So I definitely appreciate that. It was a pleasure meeting you.
You as well.
You're welcome to come back anytime to talk about anything. Okay, so thank you so much for coming. And that's it this week for On the Q-Tip with Miss Quinn. Please tune in next week. I'm getting a little tongue-tied. I think this rain is wearing me down. But tune in next week for another guest with some information that you will definitely need. Thank you so much, and we're out.
On the Q-Tip with Miss Quinn, where she'll be keeping you in the know. Tune in every Thursday at 5 p.m. Watch us on waen-tv.com or Facebook Live /Studio 21 Media. To be a guest on the show, a member of the live studio audience, promote your product or services, contact Quintasha at 404-454-9347. On the Q-Tip with Miss Quinn, where she'll be keeping you in the know. Tune in every Thursday at 5 p.m. Watch us on waen-tv.com or Facebook Live/Studio 21 Media. To be a guest on the show, a member of the live studio audience, promote your product or services, contact Quintasha at 404-454-9347.